So yesterday was 10 weeks post-op, and it was also Black Friday, so we were doing some Thanksgiving celebrations with family. Today's actually been a bit of a rough day, but on a positive note, in the last 2 days we've spent about 11 hours with family, which is the most talking I've done probably since surgery. Also included a lot of driving and eating food that wasn't my typical meal, so a little bit more effort with opening and stuff. So last night was pretty rough. I couldn't fall asleep until 2, which this has become my new normal. I came off the tramadol 5 or 6 nights ago. Um, and ever since weaning off of the benzos a few weeks ago, I've started to have some sleep disruption. I think that I'm like aware now that I'm sleeping elevated and I hate it. So I tried sleeping flat. I only had to sleep elevated for 4 weeks. I tried sleeping flat probably the first time I noticed I couldn't fall asleep, and I fell asleep immediately and felt so comfortable, but then the next day was not worth it. So went back to sleeping elevated, but as the weeks are going on and I'm getting to be more alert and less medicated, I've really had a hard time sleeping. So last night I was awake till 2 and then was up at 6 a.m. And it was just like, it's always the right side, like my right side Lefort and then my masseter were just kind of like radiating around. So I did end up getting up and I took a Percocet and half of a Klonopin, which kicked in, and then I was able to sleep elevated until noon, which I'm a morning person and I hate sleeping that late. So then I just woke up all disgruntled and discombobulated, but on a positive note. Thank you, Tonka. We're safe. It is 9 degrees outside, so there's not much I could have been doing outside anyways, and today I'm having a creative arts day, so I started learning a new song on the piano, and then I've been working on portraits of all of the horses, and the last one I have to paint is Starlight, so I started working on that today too. Just trying to find fulfilling things to do inside. Uh, let's go through the things. So pain management wise, honestly, I've been between like a 2 and a 4, although we've had a lot more hiccups this week. I think as I start to feel better, we're pushing boundaries a little bit. And so that's caused some little pain spikes that we weren't expecting, such as celebrating the holidays. I'm going to pause this. Okay. We've been saved by the intruder. Anyways, so the pain spiked due to the holidays. And then 5 nights ago, I accidentally damaged my Lefort. I was brushing my teeth. We had a meal that a lot of stuff was stuck in my splint and in my braces. And I was using my water pick, which I've used safely for weeks. But I'm still numb in my upper lip. And I must have, the only thing I can think of is I must have gotten the water pick on the front side of my teeth and shot it straight up to my incision, which is healed. It didn't hurt when it happened, but I came downstairs and said something to Elliot, and the minute I like pursed my lips, this like nerve pain shot up and around and then through my face and then around my eye to the point where my eye started watering. It was like a really bad toothache. And so it was the evening, I just went to bed. Next day it was sore but nothing unmanageable. Did my normal routine, which thankfully I've been mucking stalls and free lunging or doing liberty work with all 4 of the horses and been able to work out on the elliptical at modified stuff. It just felt kind of puny but okay. And then the next day I woke up and it was like I couldn't function. I tried to take a drink and just closing my lips around. Sorry. Would you like to show yourself? The troublemaker? Yeah. Oh, troublemaker. Anyways, pursing my lips around a glass made the nerve shoot like all across, and it just didn't stop. The whole day it just got worse and worse and worse. So I called Dr. Movahed's office, and they called me back and pretty much said to stop all of my myofunctional therapy exercises that I had been doing, which included pursing my lips and like making the E face, and to alternate ice and heat, which did help, and to just kind of take it easy and try not to talk. This is the night before Thanksgiving, so cool. I did end up I had 1 Valium left from surgery. I tried Oxy first, the Percocet, and it didn't touch it. So I tried a Valium, and that got me to bed. And I woke up the next day on Thanksgiving, and my family knew I might not be able to come, and they were all being very understanding, and I was good. So I restarted all of my therapies today. Therapy right now is consisting of physical therapy twice a week. We can't put any pressure on my upper palate. So all of my opening exercises are passive range of motion where I'm opening and holding. They said they don't want me actually using any devices to push open my bite until 3.5 months post-op. So we've got a ways to go there. Um, but I've been doing about 6 physical therapy exercises, and then I got an additional 3 myofunctional therapy exercises to do daily. I'm doing myo weekly, PT twice weekly, and then going to the med spa with Melissa weekly, which has been incredible too. We're doing modified adjustments, modified acupuncture, and then the foot detox soaks. And I feel so good after my appointments with her. Honestly, I feel great with my appointments with everybody. They've all been phenomenal. So happy to talk to anyone about therapies if you have questions regarding that. Eating is still no chew, so I'm just swallowing food whole, mostly like the size of a pill or smaller. Um, and I'm trying to think what else. Pain management is just ibuprofen during the day, and I've been doing one tizanidine in the morning and one at night. And that's all I'm taking now. So pain scores between 2 and 5, with the exception of the flare-ups that I've had with some of the things that I've been doing. So overall, very well. I'm very, very excited for December 10th. That's when the splint comes out and I can advance to soft chew, pending that all of my scans look good and that we've got good bone growth, especially across the Lefort and the roof of my mouth. So all good things to report over here. Thank you guys so much for everything that you've done for us and all of the prayers and thoughts and text messages checking in. It's been such a blessing to have everyone. So happy holidays, y'all, and I'll talk to you next week.